It is known as the city that never sleeps. Welcome to the show as we bring you the trails of Manhattan. What makes New York City tick? New York City by day, New York City by night, and how different is it from other cities? Manhattan is an island near the mouth of the Hudson River, forming part of the city of New York. But just mention Manhattan, and to many, it is as good as saying New York City. The city is part of the state of New York. It is divided into 5 administrative units. New York City traces its roots to the year 1624 as a trading post by colonialists of the Dutch Republic. It was named New Amsterdam in 1626. The city is known for unique architecture, skyscrapers, bridges, waterways, islands, and monuments that are recognizable worldwide. This is the Statue of Liberty, a gift of friendship that was given by the people of France to the United States, and it is recognized as a universal symbol of freedom and democracy. New York City is home to more than 200 buildings measuring 200 feet or taller. City's landmarks have appeared in numerous films. It hosts the United Nations headquarters. The tallest building in New York City is One World Trade Center, the new icon of the city's skyline. It is the 5th tallest building in the world. Known informally as the Freedom Tower, the 104-story building is part of an effort to commemorate the original World Trade Center complex that was brought down in a terror attack on September 11, 2001. The construction of the new building began in April 2006. It was opened in November 2014. It is 1,776 feet or 541 meters tall. Americans say One World Trade Center symbolizes the future, hope, and resilience, apart from restoring the skyline that was destroyed on September 11, 2001. Now, these 2 metros are some of the remnants of the Twin Towers that were brought down on 9/11. And behind there are 2 walls that symbolize the towers. On the walls are names of the victims.
You know, they've done an amazing job in rebuilding from 9/11, from September 11, 2001. I was here for that, and to see the city today and what it was sort of in October 2001, it's a huge change. We had this terrible Hurricane Sandy 3 years ago, but it's been a huge change in cleaning it up.
The Empire State Building is the 2nd tallest building in New York. It was the tallest building in the world from its completion in 1931 until 1972, when the North Tower of the World Trade Center surpassed it. They say you've not seen New York if you've not seen the Manhattan Bridge. A breathtaking piece of engineering. A suspension bridge that crosses East River and connects Lower Manhattan with downtown Brooklyn. The total length of the bridge is about 2 kilometers, with the suspension cables being about 980 meters long. it was opened for traffic in 1909. The Manhattan Bridge is known as the forerunner of modern suspension bridges.
But I think there are a lot of challenges, and one challenge here in Manhattan is become very, 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 very wealthy. So there's these huge buildings that are being built now, apartment buildings, and each apartment's for millions of dollars. So there's a real danger that as Manhattan really develops, that it becomes too exclusive, and that people need to move out to Brooklyn, and now Brooklyn's becoming very sort of hip and very developed, so people now have to move out into Queens. They have to move out further and further away because they just can't afford it. So that's a challenge for this city. It doesn't become such an exclusive city for only those who have money.
New York City is swarmed by camera-carrying, camera-clicking tourists. The city is said to be not just one of the most visited, but also one of the most photographed cities in the world. City tours are 24/7. New York City's population is about 8 million, according to the 2011 figures of the US Census Bureau. As many as 800 languages are spoken here, therefore billed as the most linguistically diverse city in the world. Though public transport is well organized, traffic can be a nightmare. You need to plan your journey ahead. Here, every minute counts. Just a minute late can cost you, not just in terms of money, but time also. Cabs or taxis are in plenty but expensive, with charging done by meter per minute. And be keen on habits that may be overlooked but could land you in trouble, keeping in mind that New York City is short of shortcuts. Just do the right thing. While the city is beaming with skyscrapers, busy streets and human traffic, there is a whole world deep underground. And you would not know until you take that escalator down the subway. Subways are underground trains that have contributed immensely to public transport in the city, providing continuous 24/7 service. The subway is one of the most extensive metro systems worldwide, with about 470 stations in operation.
Did you whisper in my ears things you wanna feel? Give you everything. This feeling coming. Do you wake up on your own? Run to break your arm.
1, 2, 3, y'all already know me. When I come to the block, y'all all gonna see. And I'm chilling on 163, chilling with my homies and they all time me. Keep my head in the clouds, stay on fire. You already know that I come to bring the fire. AKA that's the heat. Don't test me unless you wanna get beat. Yeah. They say I'm young, but my purpose is the inspiration of a nation. Till I change the talk into a conversation. I'm like the doctor and my patients are anxious to wait and living on the hate. They're making in the paper chasing. It's hard to live up to these epic out of patience. They're trying to get these other people on the generation. That's why I'm facing back.
And someone is doing a great job marketing Kenya and her talents. The Kenyan connection with the faces of some of Kenya's renowned athletes on some of the trains. Back to the streets, these are sample images of Brooklyn that is known for hip-hop. New York is awash with skyscrapers. There is enough space for relaxation and for sports.
I think also they've done a very good job in making different parts, different boroughs of the city much more developed, much greener. It's really become a much greener city. There's a real kind of priority in terms of policy, in terms of parks and parkland and making that accessible to all.
For Kenyans, you may want to know, what is Kenya known for in this part of the world? Have you been to Kenya before?
I haven't, but I hear it's really beautiful and they have lovely art there. I'm an artist, so I really like Kenyan art.
What else do you know Kenya for?
I know it for really beautiful landscapes and wildlife. Yeah.
What else?
What do I know about Kenya? Well, I know that there was an attack on a shopping mall recently, last couple of years back. I know it was a British colony. I know the president's family's from Kenya. See, not that much more.
That's good enough. You know quite a lot.
Well, that's not that much. That's so much.
I would give you 50 out of 100.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
The Trails of Manhattan continues. We will be back right after the break.